All right, this is going to be Eric Clapton's second guitar solo in Crossroads by Cream. I've got a video I did recently that has all the rhythm parts, the intro, and the whole first solo, but this is going to be about the second solo. Okay, so the first thing we have is... Okay, so that's our first riff. We got the 19th fret of the G string, and then we got the 17th fret of the B string. 3 in a row there, so we got... The second time we go to the chord down there, the 2/17, so we got... So we end up doing that 3 times. So we got the first one is by itself, and then we're going to do the chordal thing 3 times. We end up bending that 20th fret of the second string and holding it for a bit, so we got... Okay, and then the next riff is... So we got 17, 20 on the second, bending the 19 on the G, 17, 19, and 19 to the D. So the 2 things we got, real slow. And then we're going to go. So we got the 17 to the 18 on the G, 17, 17. We got... We're going to pull off that 20 to 17 on the B, 19 on the G, 17 on the G, 19 on the D. So... Okay, so that's our first couple of riffs. Now, one thing to talk about is when we get into the solo, he's going to be doing that riff, the main riff of the tune. It's like... So we're going to let that A note ring for 2 beats, and then we start our thing. So it's like... 1, 2... So our new thing is we're going to bend that 20 on the little E, back to the 20, and then... We're going to do a hammer-on pull-off, 17 to 20 to 17. Hit the 19 on that B, and then back. So we got... So after we do the... We're going to go 19 to 20 and bend it. So that new thing there is going to be... So then we start getting into a thing where we're hammering on the 17 and 19 on the D, and we also use the 17 underneath it on the G. So it can be like a hammer on here and kind of go into this note separate. Or it can be like a chordal thing where you kind of hammer in the one, but you're using them both as a chord back and forth. So he's pretty great at, Clapton was pretty great at like being able to like just kind of like mix it up and make it just feel, you know, real cool how he wanted it to. So one more time, we're going to go. Then you're going to eventually get into a lower one. And you come down to the lower one. Come down to the higher one pitch-wise. So you can have like a kind of come down to that 19, 17. And then you got this little 19, 17, 19. Then we have a new thing. We're going to bend this. We got 3 in a row. We're going to have a... So you bend it, and you kind of hold that slightly, and then you have 3 notes. Bend it again, 3 more notes. So we got... That's going to be a 20 to 17. 19 on the G, back to that 17. Hammer on, pull off there. So let's see what we got. up on that low one. So we're going to bend that 20 on the second. 17, 19, 17 on the G. And then we have this pull off on the D to the A. And we have these two notes here, the 17s in the middle. Back to that 19 on the fifth. So okay, that starts our new part. Okay, so our new part goes 17 to 19 on the second, to the 17 on the little one, bending that 20 on the second. So you're gonna bend that 20 and hold it 2 beats. So it's like 1, 2. You're gonna do that one more time after holding it. Do that quick hammer on pull off. To that on the second there. You got like a bend up on the 20. To the 20 itself. 17, 20 twice. So let's go from like here's our new part. So we had one of those. And then this one we got a big bend with that first finger on that 17. So we got a pull off. Then we do chords there, 17s and 19s. So we got that new part. And then we're gonna go. So it's a little different. We got 17, 20, 17, 20, 19, 17, 19, lower 19. So we got. We got a big bend on that one. And that was G string to B and then hammer on the G. So we got a hammer on pull off. Got that chord there. And then we got a. So we got a little hammer here. Second string to that one. So we got. So that new part. So that whole thing we got. So da-dee-doom, and then so we got some of these pull-offs, 20 to 17 and 19. Do 4 of those, bend that one, then we got so we got so this new thing we got da-da-doom, chord, 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 chord. So that's 17s and 19s. Then you start going 17 to 19 in the bass with the 17. Then you start doing these 19s down here in the second and third string. That kind of stuff. So from the top. here we get into a thing. We got doing a common double. You got to kind of time that one out good. So it's like. So we get into a. So we're heading into the end of the solo here. We got. So. Then we end with a D to D. Then we're going to have one of those hammer-on half step. So real slow. And then we're going to get into this 19. So it's a big whole step bend. And then we go 17 to 20. So hammer on pull off. We're going to end with. Okay, and that's the whole solo. So we got. All right, Crossroads Solo 2, Eric Clapton. Check out my first lesson on this one. I got a link up here if you want to check out the rhythm and solo one. Thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you soon.